I thought somebody was watching me.
Where the child is born with a
millions of people's tongues.
Night after spending 2 years on the toilet.
Welcome back everyone to more creepy TikToks, and if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe button so we can try and hit the 25,000 subscriber goal, and let's dive in. I could justify this as a coincidence if it happened once, but it happened 7 times. It's literally a pattern. You know, I would hate to see what 6G is going to bring.
Removing a live spider from a woman's ear.
ಆಚೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ ರೀ. ಸ್ಪೈಡರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
You ever get that itch in your ear, and no matter how many times you scratch it, you're constantly getting that itch and you're wanting to know why that is?
I did not think it was true, but if you guys ever see this in toilet paper in any public restroom that you use, don't use the toilet paper at all. It's fucking disgusting. Somebody was wiping their needles with it. Gross.
So apparently it's becoming more common that users are using, public bathrooms and using the toilet roll to wipe their needles with. And as a result of this, many people who are using the public bathrooms aren't checking these toilet rolls. And as a result of that, they're actually passing on from it. So just be careful when you're out and about.
Easy. And with savings that fit right into her budget.
This shit crazy, boy.
USAA.com.
Final destination.
USAA.
Yeah, literally.
We're made for
right here.
This is why it's always important to go into another lane, or at least keep your distance.
So what if I told y'all that NASA had one of the first VR headsets that was ever known? Which means they've been working on the headset since the 1980s. And now it's finally out to the public. Which makes me think of that verse in the Bible: what has been done, it will be done again. There's nothing new under the sun. Like, seriously, there's nothing new. It's only stuff that's repurposed. And doesn't this look like the first version of VR when it first came out? No cap. And when they first came out with the VR headset, they made it so they could still be tapped into reality because they're in space. And if we using the old technology, I could just imagine what the new technology looks like. I can just imagine. And now this is what VR has came from that into now. Now this is what VR looks like, which still has me thinking, what does the unreleased VR look like? I'm just curious.
So NASA created the VR headset, CERN created the internet, so it's only fitting that, NASA and CERN create the portal.
Y'all check this weird stuff out right here. Here's the storm. Oh man, that's a storm in itself, but look at this. Check this out. That's wicked. Y'all see that rotating? Can y'all see that? I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I have to speed this up some. I don't know.
I don't know why, but this clip reminds me of Stranger Things.
You just saw a rare birth defect where the child is born with a conjoined eye. It's called cyclopia, and it's part of a bigger spectrum of disorders known as holoprosencephaly. And instead of the child being born with two separate hemispheres of the brain, they're born with just one. Taking a look at these MRIs, there's one normal one and one abnormal. One appropriately has this midline division, while the other one does not. And this can have serious detriments to the facial features, such as the nose, eyes, and mouth. The child could be born with a single eye and a single nostril. Cleft palates are also a problem sometimes, and they can also have this structure on their forehead called a proboscis. There are several different factors for why something like this can happen, but among the most common would be a genetic mutation during fetal development. This mutation would cause the brain to not split the way that it's supposed to. And chromosomal abnormalities, such as something called Patau syndrome, can also do this. And unfortunately, depending on the severity of something like this type of condition may not be compatible with life. Now, it is possible to catch this before the child is born with certain imaging modalities like an ultrasound or an MRI. So my question to you is, if you had the opportunity to find out if your child had this condition before they were born, would you want to know?
You know, the sad thing about this is the impact it's going to have not only the child, but also the parent's life. And, you know, for the past few years as well, since you know what, there has been a lot of difficulties when it comes to pregnancies, but I'll say no more.
Security camera footage caught this man attempting to kidnap a barista through the drive-thru window. As seen in the footage, the attacker grabbed the barista's arm as she tried to hand him money, and he had a looped zip tie device at the ready. The attacker was unsuccessful and quickly gave up before speeding away. Police initially called on the public for help, sharing images on social media of his distinctive arm tattoo, which appears to say Chevrolet. And after overwhelming support from the community, the Auburn, Washington Police Department was able to arrest the suspect.
It's good to see that this guy was caught using a tattoo, but at the same time he must be on like a different level of stupid to not only show your tattoo during a crime, but also trying to drag a fully grown human from one window out into another. What's your theories regarding this one, guys? Do you believe that the sun has been replaced? You know, is it a projector? Is it a reflection of the dome? You know, is it the James Webb telescope? Is it the Truman Show? You know, except we do actually have a God that exists. So let me know.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
So, AI and Coca-Cola teamed up a partnership for 5 years to put nanoparticles inside of Coca-Cola. Before we get any further, fact checkers, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, y'all ass need to go and do y'all homework and y'all research before y'all take my shit down again. Because this shit is fine print.
Microsoft and the Coca-Cola Company have announced a 5-year strategic partnership to align Coca-Cola's core technology strategy system-wide. So it is set to enable the adoption of leading-edge technology and foster innovation and productivity globally. So as part of the partnership, Coca-Cola has made about $1.1 billion, a commitment to the Microsoft Cloud and its generative AI capabilities. Using Azure OpenAI service, Coca-Cola is currently exploring the use of generative AI-powered digital assistants to improve performance, metrics related to customer experiences, streamline operations, and improve efficiency, among other things, that is. So the collaboration underscores Coca-Cola's ongoing technology transformation, underpinned by the Microsoft Cloud as Coca-Cola's globally preferred and strategic cloud and AI platform. Now, did you know they have found nanotechnology in Coca-Cola and in Pepsi products?
This is what the nanobots affect on the body. Cell death, production of oxidative stress, DNA damage, and here's more. Read it for yourself. Got me guessing. So what part of the body is they targeting? Which part of the body will it affect? Well, as you can see, I clearly see an eyeball right here. You got all type of organs, such for arm.
Let's be honest, it doesn't matter if nanoparticles comes from Coke or Pepsi. You know, we're still breathing in nanoparticles in some way, whether it's from the air that we breathe or the food that we eat, we're still consuming it in some manner.
Very things we should know and have the answer to and need to be at the ready to give to everyone an answer of that blessed hope that we have, that Jesus is coming to rapture us before the 7-year tribulation, which we are on the eve of. Okay.
Guys, if you ever wake up in the morning and that's the first sound you hear, don't panic, it's not a demonic possession. Your wife needs her fix. You need to get down to that shop, buy coffee, and bring it back ASAP.
Just freaked the fuck out. I thought somebody was watching me. Don't they look like an eyeball? I thought somebody was watching me, y'all. Y'all can hear how I'm breathing. Like, this shit it scared me. Look at that. They look like someone watching.
Is she in denial here, or what's the story? Because those eyes literally blinked like twice or 3 times.
I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is. I look for the invention of artificial life, the cloning of human beings, possible contact with extraterrestrials, possible human immortality, and at the same time, appalling acts of brutality, genocide, race-baiting, homophobia, famine, starvation, because the systems which are in place to keep the world sane are utterly inadequate to the forces that have been unleashed. The collapse of the socialist world, the rise of the internet.
This guy seems way ahead of his time. You know, if you fast forward like 26 years, we're pretty much there, you know?
Yup, this is actually happening as millions of people's tongues are randomly causing their mouths and teeth to rot without a reason. People were terrified after mass videos were showing millions of people getting painful holes under their tongue and forming huge rocks in their saliva gland. Since the saliva then becomes blocked, horrifying videos shows this condition causing the back of the bottom entire row of teeth rotting and falling off. With those saying if this is not removed, it can cause decaying of the teeth, swelling, severe pain, fever, infection, and complete removal of their saliva glands. And if you experience these symptoms, you may already need to get help. One doctor horrified after they pulled out a huge rotting stone under a man's tongue, almost a couple inches long. Known as a saliva stone, it can cause calcium buildup in the back of your teeth and typically found under your tongue. Staying hydrated and having sugar has been known to help avoid this.
You would like to have something like that. I mean, can you imagine the pain you'd be going through? Seeing this 1.5-year-old baby play a piano like this makes me want to question my own life. But honestly, though, I do think that children nowadays are a lot more smarter than what we were when we were their age.
Is it under it?
Okay, so I just broke this plate, and I was making sure I had all the pieces, and I found this. What the hell? I have no more of these plates. This is I have only one. Like, what?
How did the water from that tap not drip?
Right here, another classic vanilla sky. The sky was obviously cut out. You can see the remnants of the mask right here. If I zoom out, right, if you didn't notice, you can see people's legs right here. They cut out the people on the top. Like, you can see that, look, there's some feet right there. This guy's head is like half cut off. All those people are gone. Now, what was the point of that? If there was, maybe there was something in the sky they might have wanted to cut out.
What if they were carrying something on top of that as well?
So this is where it goes into the whole theory of the old world known as Tartaria. This is where people are saying, hey, we were pretty advanced not too long ago. And it's been long enough now where the generations have been brainwashed of the education system where they can go back and manipulate these photos and cut out certain things. Now, that's just one theory. This is obviously the original sky right here, which was captured by the negative. This is also presented as a negative. The thing is that even if they're not hiding anything crazy, these photos should still be shown as manipulated photos, not glass plate negatives presented as original photos. Because now when we look back and we try teaching history, now we're teaching what the are we even teaching anyone? Because all these photos are basically fake, you know?
If we do take it at face value, then, you know, it's obvious that they've been trying to hide something, probably to do with like ancient technology or Tartaria.
On March 2022, a home security camera in San Antonio, Texas captured footage of a man knocking on a stranger's door around 4:30 p.m. The footage shows the man wearing gloves and holding a pry bar. The man ended up running away after he heard a woman screaming inside the house. Sebastian Beltran, a 21-year-old man, was arrested several days later. He was charged with attempted burglary. But the story doesn't end here, guys. Police are still searching for a second suspect regarding this break-in. If we go back to the video, you can clearly see the first suspect looking back as if he were communicating with another person. Police believe that this person was being used as a lookout. Guys, if I get any updates regarding this situation, I'll let you guys know.
I don't know what attempted burglary is, but judging by that video, I know it's nothing good.
Aquí más cerquita. Aquí más cerquita. Sí, miren, ahí se ve, se alcanza a ver una cara, unos ojos.
This creepy video is going viral in Mexico, and it comes from TikTok user Hotel Huchitepe, located just outside of Mexico City. And the story goes, a coworker told her that someone was in room 30, which to her was impossible because she had just came out of it. On top of that, no one was even booked to stay in the room that day. And that's when she noticed someone looking down on her, so she began to record. Thinking it's just a trick of the light, she decides to go up in the room, and it did not go well. But definitely let me know, what do you think?
Sí, miren, ahí se ve, se alcanza a ver una cara, unos ojos. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver a esa habitación. Estamos subiendo las escaleras porque desde ahí es donde estábamos viendo que se veía. Aquí ya no se ve nada, a lo mejor por el reflejo de la luz. Y vamos a ver en la habitación. Aquí está la cama, porque esta es una habitación pequeña. Aquí pues no se ve nada. Y aquí está la tele, donde estábamos, donde se supone que se veía, pero no se ve nada. No entiendo por qué está ahí. ¡Ay!
That figure looking out of the window was creepy, but it was her scream that made me jump.
The strangest stories we've heard in quite a while, and we should warn you, some of the details are a little disturbing. Listen to this. A Kansas woman is in the hospital tonight after spending 2 years on the toilet. The sheriff and paramedics were called to a home in Ness City, Kansas, where the 36-year-old woman lives with her boyfriend. The sheriff says the woman's skin had actually grown around the toilet seat. They removed the entire seat, and then doctors at the hospital freed the woman. Her boyfriend says he brought the woman food and water. He says he asked her every day to come out, but she refused.
When she first went to the bathroom, I thought she was just snapping one off, but after a couple of days she didn't come out, so I started bringing her some food and some blankets at night. I would lay in the bathtub and talk to her, but I just kind of started to accept it that she didn't want to come out. Now, she never seemed like she was in any pain, and I think she just was really comfortable. It started to smell a little, so we would always take the Lysol in there, and I would have to go to the bathroom in the bathtub, but it was really hard to do number two.
The woman is listed in fair condition at a Wichita hospital tonight. Investigators plan to present a report to the county attorney, who will determine whether...
She may have been the one sitting on that toilet, but for me it was a real pain in my ass having to get up in the mornings and trying to think where I was going to take my number to. And as for sitting on the bathtub, I was laying there for months on end. Not once did I ever think about bringing someone over to try and get her out of that toilet.
Can somebody explain what this is? This guy took a video of this while he was in a cave somewhere. And this thing came out of the cave. This thing came out of its own cave and started showing itself. Do y'all see that? Look at that, y'all. It's like his head is glowing. Look, his head is glowing and his body's all dark, black. What is that, y'all? That cannot be human with his head glowing like that. Look, you can see the only thing that's shining from here is his head. Look at this. Look at that. What is that, y'all? That is pretty big. It's gotta be some kind of alien. And what's crazy is there's more little caverns, y'all. So look at all these caverns here. So could there be more of these beings living there? Look at this. What? Look, all these things like we've never just... Look at that, y'all. We haven't even explored a lot of places in the world, huh? We got beings living everywhere.
That alien looks like it's wearing mechanical overalls with the name tag. I mean, it's probably worn a pair of dunkers too.
What's this from?
You record this when we were smoking the pipe.
That's the
Right,
guy
okay.
that was walking. Isn't that the guy that came up out of the thing?
No.
Oh.
No, this is earlier when we were having this little pipe. And all those people walking by. And you were like, oh, it's really weird to see all those people walk by, like, 'cause it's very unusual. This happened, he walked.
So this is on the pathway before I tried to do the drone shots.
Yeah. This doesn't look human.
What is going on?
Now look.
Right,
zoom in on it.
Look at this. Zoom in on it. Yeah, what?
Look at his
jawline. Yeah, but they didn't even look like that in real life.
His head looks like it's turned around like backwards, and it looks like he's looking over.
Look at his jawline comes down, and it's like a long chin with a dark eye. Look at this. What is going on?
No.
Look at that. I've never seen anything like that. That's freaky. But wait a minute,
It's like looking over at us like that.
To be fair, the Vatican did say that we were going to start seeing a lot more supernatural activity.
Oh my god, if you just... Gotta be kidding.
This is exactly what the WAF wants us to look like in 5 years' time.
Russell Brand just got baptized, and he said his experience was overwhelming. Watch this.
Got baptized, and it was an incredible, profound experience. Many aspects of it were very intimate. As a person that has in the past taken many substances and always been disappointed with their inability to deliver the kind of tranquility and peace and even transcendence that I always felt I've been looking for, something occurred in the process of baptism that was incredible, overwhelming. I felt changed, transitioned. Now, of course, even though it's been less than 24 hours, in the interim period, I've already felt like sort of irritation. I've got 3 children, I've got a job, I've got challenges, I still live in the world, but I feel as if some new resource within me has switched on. This is new to me, and it's a joy to me. But as you know, if you know, my resources are coming from somewhere else and someone else.
Amen. Never forget that we have a never-ending grace through the Holy Spirit living inside of us.
You know, for years I always wanted that man to come to Christ. I remember seeing him back in the days when he would be practicing Buddhism, and for him to finally come to Christ now is just amazing. And that's all I have for you today, guys. But if you enjoyed the compilation, smash that like button and subscribe button so we can try and hit the 25,000 subscriber goal. But until the next video, look after yourselves, stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll see you then.
Jeez, it's great, isn't it? New portal. I only travel by portal. Dead handy. No queuing, just straight through. Have the passport and the liquids. And now I know a couple of lads have had issues with creatures from other dimensions, and my mate Graham is actually still floating through the ether, just alone with his thoughts. There's no queuing for the portal. There's no showing up 2 hours early, no check-in. You can bring as much baggage as you want. Although I did lose a 20 kg, and that's in the underworld now, but head over. It's not a real portal. Stupid. What bus goes to the airport?